Hello everybody, jimmyispromo here, back again with another awesome video, and today we're going to talk about the always on display for the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. So what we're going to cover is some tips and tricks and some how-tos, also the settings you're able to use this with, also what exactly is always on display and what is the benefits. So essentially what the always on display is it's a screen before your lock screen that is able to display and let you know what the date, the time is, as well as other notifications. So if you do get a notification, there might be a blinking light on the very top left hand side, but you don't know exactly what the notification came from, and down here it could display and show you either it could be maybe messages, it could be Allo, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, and it's letting you know by the icon. Also, one of the other benefits of this one here is that all of this area here is going to all be black, so there is no illuminating LEDs, which actually conserves you battery if you are going into your phone to see what those notifications were, or also what was the date and also the time, because usually on average you do look at the date and time and you pull your phone out and hit the power button about 150 to 200 times a day, unless if you have yourself the always on display. Now, another benefit of not only just conserving battery is also going into your phone without actually getting into your phone. So this right here is my music MP3 player, and it's a way I'd be able to play music without even getting into the phone. So then this way I'd just be able to go directly over into what I want, and there is settings to actually add more to what you're able to do when you scroll left and also right. So that is the very next step, is I'll show you all the different settings for the always on display. So there's a couple different ways of turning on and going through the settings of the always on display. One of the most common is by pulling down the notifications panel twice, and then once you do that, you're going to scroll over maybe to the right hand side, or it could be on your main page. And also all of these here, these little icons for settings, you are able to change these if you want to. If there's more that you use more than often, just put them right over here on the left hand side. So mine is going to be right over here on the top left. It's the always on display. If you were to click on the icon just one time, that is toggling it on and off. So that's not going directly over into the settings. Now, anytime that you see the words below the icon, if you were to touch it, these are quick settings of those settings, and if you want to check out everything, just hit details. But more than likely what I do anyways, and you might also, is by going over into the icon, pressing and holding, and then that takes you directly over into all the settings for what you are looking at. So on the very top on the right hand side is going to be the on and off. So this will be the toggle. This is basically just as if you're touching the icon on the previous screen that I showed you from before. Here is the content to show. So you can show your home button, which will be on the very bottom. You can also show the clock and information. So some people are talking about the screen burn-in of the home screen. You are actually able to turn that off if you wanted to, but what Samsung did was they actually make this thing down here, the little home button, move minimally every few minutes, so then it should not do that screen burn. And then down over here is going to be a whole bunch of different clock styles, so it kind of shows on which type of a clock style you would like to show. And usually, more than likely, you're able to kind of go through all of these. You can also customize them just a little bit more. You can also change the color of exactly how you would like it to look, and if this is the way you like it to look, you just hit on apply. You can also add in a little background, and so you're able to show in a few different things, which it's a little harder to kind of see with this camera and the lighting that I have, but this one is kind of like an orangish color, this one's is bluish, and then this one is also greenish with a couple different X's and O's, or a little bit of X's through there. So there's a different way that you can also make all of those look. And then over here, you can have this to where it either always shows. So if you wanted to, you can set this thing up for a duration where it is showing the always on display. So for this one, you might want to put it from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. because maybe you want this to be always shown as you are awake. Because if you're completely sleeping and you know for a fact you're not going to wake up until 7, and let's say you wake up at 3 in the morning, but you're never looking at your phone to see what time it is, then you're going to be perfectly fine. And this will also conserve your battery throughout the night if you're not plugging it through the night, which I do highly suggest. Don't charge your phone all the way through the night. Plug it in, charge it up all the way, or wirelessly charge it all the way up until the time you go to bed. And then when the time you wake up, go back and charge it again. It will extend the life of your battery tremendously. So if you're looking through all of these over here, there is a few of them over here. This one will be the most minimalistic one you'd be able to use, which is going to be the edge clock. So the cool thing about this one is that you can either put it on the right or the left hand side of your phone, and then again you can also change the color of what you want it to be as well. And then anytime you want it to look just like that, just hit on apply. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another way you'd be able to add more of the always on display clocks and widgets if none of these 6 is what you're looking for. But make sure you guys stick around because I'm going to show you some more settings that you still have to do that is not within the screen that we first went to. So there's 2 different ways of downloading more of the always on display screens. This one will be if you're inside of the screen, click on the very top right hand side where it says more options, and then you go over into the Samsung themes, and it's going to take you over into the right hand tab, which is always on display. Now, if you don't want to get your always on displays from that screen, let's say that you're just looking at your home screen right here, press and hold anywhere on the screen where there's absolutely no application or icon, and then the very bottom left hand side, go to wallpapers and themes. Once you go to wallpapers and themes, on the very bottom, you're going to see where it does say here, the always on display. Now, underneath the always on display, you can check out what is recommended, what is new, and a whole bunch of other ones. You can also go to the top, and you can also go to new. Maybe you want to go to new, but you don't want to look at all of them. You want to see what is free. So Christmas is coming up. There's a couple different options over here that you can do, like Happy Holidays and a Santa face and a whole bunch of other ones that you're able to download if you want it to, look a little bit different than the original 6. Now, here is your little down arrow for all, free, and also paid. You also have this icon here, which is a way that you'd be able to check out all of them in a much faster way. So then you don't have to go through a smaller screen of going through about 6 or 9 at the same time. You'd be able to check out much more than that. Let's say you're going through the screen and this one right here is the one you would like to choose. Once you tap on that one, this is where you can get more information. You can see exactly what all it's going to show, and then you can hit on download. When it's finished downloading, you just go over and hit on apply. This is where you can choose if you want it to be the icon or the image only, or the clock and image. Usually I always love the clock and image. So now I'm gonna hit on my home button, hit on the power button. So now we're gonna see exactly what the phone looks like. And this is what it looks like as of right now. And this is what it's gonna look like too if you have a little notification come into your phone. You'd also be able to double tap on the image, and then when you go through your credentials, it will take you directly over into what you just tapped. So if it was a Facebook icon or a Facebook notification, it'll take you directly over into that application for you. If it was a text message, it'll take you directly over into that text message. Now, if you would like to switch yours all the way back to where it originally was, I'm going to press and hold on my icon. You can also see that the additional one that was downloaded, there is going to be that additional one that's going to keep on showing up over into this page. But I'm going to head over into my image one, and then this is where I'd be able to do like a color inversion. I can change my image, but I'm going to go right back over to this because this was a picture that was just taken today. I'm gonna hit on apply, and now I'm right back to golden where I was from before. So let's go through the settings of the additional settings for your little face widgets and a little bit more of what it shows if it's hidden or not hidden. So pull down the notifications panel, click on the settings icon. Through there, you're going to go to the lock screen and security, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says the always on display. Now, here's where the always on display is, to where you can either have it always show, and you can change it, and it also takes you right back over into that screen where we just were. This is where it's going to show you your notifications. So what type of notifications is showing up? How do you want it to show? This one will show the notifications icon only. Mine is set up as hide content because I like to have things hidden up until I was to go into my phone and read them. So this is where you can choose what applications you want to show up. Now, if the all apps is already turned on, I wouldn't go through all of these and try to turn them off individually. The best way to do it is actually turn it all the way off, and then now through here you can choose the bare minimum of the applications that more than likely you're going to want to come through, which could be probably your calendar, also the Allo. You're going to probably go over into phone, and then messages, and all the other ones that you would also like to have turned on. Now, this app shortcuts, this one's more or less for the lock screen, so it's not really dealing with the always on display, but you are able to change what is your left shortcut and also what is your right shortcut. Now, here's the one that's the most important one, the additional information. This is the little tip and trick that I wanted to let you guys know from the very get-go in the very beginning, is the information and face widget. So what do you want to be as your contact information? So I put mine as jimmyispromo, so this will be shown as my always on display. And then you can also have a roaming clock if you want it to be on or off. And then here is your face widgets. This is where you can turn on and switch it between either a music controller, today's schedule, and then also the next alarm. So if I have all these turned on, I'm going to show you exactly what all that looks like and how you can activate and shuffle through them. And also you can reorder these. So if you want your today's schedule to be first, then the music, and then your alarm, then that is how you'd be able to set it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the power button, and let's move right back over into this always on display. So what you want to do is you can double tap on the little image there, and then either you can use the arrows to move it left and right, or you can actually just swipe on over. So this one's going to be the calendar. Here is the music where I can hit play and pause, and then here is my next alarm so that I can see exactly, you know, when am I going to wake up the following morning. Now the last thing I do want to show with the always on display is how you're able to kind of get out of the screen into your lock screen. So one of the ways we'll be hitting on your power button, or you can actually just press and hold on that little home button. It's a pressurized home button to where you'd be able to get it into your lock screen to get into your phone. So I hope that you guys have liked this video. Make sure you guys give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also hit on subscribe if you have not subscribed already. You can also hit the little red circle right over here. You can hit subscribe that way. Make sure you guys share this video with your friends and family and all your social medias, so your Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We got to get this channel and page much higher than the 77,000 subscribers that we're at already. And outside of that, I will see you guys later.